Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Right, in this particular video, what I'm going to talk about is the different test categories. It seems a lot of people get confused. These questions I get several times a week asking about different test categories and what they want to do. So, as a general rule, there is three different tests. A1 license, okay, A2 license, and full A license. There is an automatic license, which is a 50cc auto, but nobody ever takes that. I've never had a single person take that test yet. Okay, so let's start off. So you've got a valid CBT, we've got a valid theory test, and a valid UK driving license. Okay, that's the three main things that you need before you take your test. If you haven't got any of them, then you can't take your test, and you must take all that paperwork to your test centre. Okay, or else the examiner won't take you out or won't let you do your test. So, 16 years old, you've just done your CBT, you've completed that. 17 years old, you want to do the A1 license, okay? Now, the A1 license is on a 125. It means that once you pass that, you cannot ride anything bigger. It means you can take your L plates off, you can take a pillion passenger, and you can ride on motorways, all right? Normally, that's taken between 17 and 19-year-olds. Sometimes taken by the older generation if they're just happy on their 125 and they're fed up with doing CBTs every 2 years. All right. So 17 to 19, A1 license, which is basically a 125 test. As you've done that, at 19 years old, then you can do your A2 license. Now, your A2 license is a bike. You need to take it on a bike that's between 26 and 46 horsepower. Okay. So that's taken from 19 to 24 realistically. Okay. If you take it at 19, then that test lasts for 2 years. After the 2 years, then you can upgrade to the next full A license. Okay, on to full A license. When you're 21, you want to go and upgrade to your full A license or direct access license. Now that's got to be taken on a bike that's 67 horsepower or more. Okay. If you don't take any of these other tests previous, then it means that you must you wait until you're 24, and then you can do the full direct access license. Okay, and then you can ride any size bike. Regards to these tests, there's two categories to it. Okay, the categories are, or not categories, but two stages to each one. So you could do your A1 license, you've got to do a module 1, module 2. Okay, once you've done them, if you do your A2 license, then you still got to do your module 1 and module 2, but you don't have to do your theory or you don't do your theory or your CBT again. Okay, once you've done that, then you can upgrade to the A license. Again, you've got to do your module 1 and module 2 again, but you still don't have to do your theory or CBT again. Failing that, wait until you're 24. Okay, do your CBT, do your theory test, and then go on to your full power license. Okay. So that's the basic rundown on what's involved in test categories. Right, now as you can see, I got to think about this. Regards to the test, with the test there's two modules to it, what we call modules. Now you've got a module 1 and a module 2. Now the module 1 is riding around cones. Now I'll explain to you what's involved in the module 1. So you turn up to the test centre, there's no eyesight checks or anything like that with the module 1. It's just turn up to the test centre, show the examiner your paperwork, and then go and do your module 1. Now the module 1 is fairly straightforward if you know what you're doing. Okay, it is easy. It's an easy test to pass. It's also an easy one to fail. The reason I say that is because just missing observations and you write the test away. Okay, put your foot down on a U-turn or figure of 8, then you can fail it quite easily. But the best thing to do is not overthink it. Regards to module 1, basically what that consists of is going into normally a fenced off area. The examiner will explain to you what they want you to do, and you'll go and park it up. The first exercise is go and park it in a parking bay. Second exercise is moving the bike round, wheeling the bike round and parking it in another bay. Okay. Third part is a slalom and 2 figure of 8s, or a figure of 8s until the examiner calls you over. Then you'll do a slow riding exercise. Okay, after the slow riding exercise, a U-turn exercise in between 2 lines. After that, you'll have to do a control stop exercise. So after you've done your U-turn, you'll shoot down across the circuit. Each stage is broken down, by the way. The examiner will explain to you what they want you to do. So it's a controlled stop. So you'll go around the circuit, through the speed trap at 50 kilometers an hour. Do not ask me why the examiners or the test centres use kilometres an hour, okay, when we work in miles an hour in this country. So 50 kilometres an hour, which is 32 miles an hour, through a speed trap, and then stop with your front wheel in between 4 cones. Once you've done that, the examiner will get you to turn the bike around, and then you go on to the emergency stop. So again, you'll go down across the circuit, through the speed trap, 32 miles an hour, 50 Ks as they call it, and then do an emergency stop. So the examiner will put his hand up and you'll stop as quickly and safely as you possibly can without skidding. Okay, once you've done that, again, turn the bike around, and then it's a swerve avoidance exercise. Now the swerve avoidance exercise, it's the same principle as this emergency stop, but you'll be asked to swerve to the left or the right depending on what side of the circuit they got set up on the day or the examiner chooses. And then you'll do a swerve avoidance to the left or the right, and you'll stop just before you get to 2 cones, which are located on the pad. Now, once you've done that, you'll just ride the bike out of the test centre, or ride it out of the gated area and park it up. Hopefully it's happy days and you pass that with a clean sheet. Now, then you come on to the Module 2 test. Now, the Module 2 test, again, with the A1, A2 and A full A license, you still have to do all these tests. You don't have to do CBT or theory. So for the Module 2 test, that's basically a 35-ish minute road ride, okay, during that time. So you'll go to the test centre. The examiner will first get you to read a number plate from about 21 metres away. They'll do a show me, tell me questions on the bike before you go out on the bike. So they'll ask you questions about a pillion passenger. How would you check the operation of the front brake, for instance, and show me how you would operate the horn. Okay, so I'll ask you several questions. There is quite a few. You can look it up online on a government website, the questions they'll ask. Once you've done that, then you'll go out for a road ride. Now, like I say, the road ride will last for about 35 minutes, during which time you'll do an independent ride. Okay, now a 10-minute independent ride will be a case of, depending on where you live, follow the signs for the motorway, or follow the signs for the local town, follow the signs for the local villages or landmarks or something like that, okay? So that could be at the beginning of the test, middle of the test, or end of the test, could be anywhere. Then we come on to the manoeuvres that you have to do in your actual Module 2. So 3 of the manoeuvres that they ask you to do is to pull up at the side of the road, a nice clear road. They'll get you to pull up at the side of the road and then pull away when it's safe to do so. They'll also get you to do an angled start. So that could be pulling up behind a parked car, okay, and then when it's clear you pull out. Remember to leave yourself enough room to pull out nicely from that parked car or that parked vehicle, okay, and pull up somewhere where you can actually see up the road as well. All right. They'll also get you to do a hill start as well. So you'll pull up at the side of the road and then pull away on a hill. Now, in regards to these exercises, they might get you to do them several times, of pulling up and pulling away several times to drag the test out. It depends on how fast the test is going. All the examiner wants to see you do on the test is he wants to see that you're safe, you can make progress, and that you're going to be a competent rider. Okay. What I will say during the test, make sure if you do take a wrong turn, make sure you do it safely. Okay, what we say is you can don't take a wrong turn right, but take a right turn wrong, or take a wrong turn right. Okay, so basically if you're taking a wrong turn, just go with it. Make sure you do your observations and all your checks and go with it. It doesn't matter if you take a wrong turn, the examiner will actually change the route if you do take a wrong turn, so don't worry about taking a wrong turn. Okay, for instance, if you come up to a roundabout and they've told you to take the second exit road ahead and you're in the wrong lane, just stay with that wrong lane and go for it. All right. Hesitation is a big one, and timing of signals is a big one on tests that people fail on. Okay, and keep an eye on your speed. Okay, the examiner doesn't want to see you doing 25 in a 30. They don't want to see you doing 35 in a 40. They don't want to see you doing 50 on a national speed limit. So make progress. Keep up the speed if it's safe to do so. All right. speeding's not an issue in test neither. If you do find that you're starting to creep over the speed limit, doesn't matter as long as you bring it back in time that the examiner is happy with, okay, and you've realised. All right. So any questions there? Just leave us a comment on the screen below, and hopefully you understood all that. I mean, it is quite confusing, but if you have any questions, give us a shout, and I'll try and help you out. All right. Till then, thumbs up, knees down. I'll get some more videos posted as soon as I can when we get a bit of spare time. But there's any spare time I get is what, it's 11 o'clock at night at the moment. Camera probably says different. Okay, but like I say, we'll try and answer any questions you get and try and get some more videos up, some interesting videos. All right. All right. Cheers, then.